Well, here we are. How about this for a title decider? It's first v second, it's Dortmund v Bayern. We need 2 wins from our final 2 Bundesliga games. If we get them, we'll win our first league title since we were at Bromley in the National League. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 145 of the Head Coach with me, Daniel. We are back today with 2 games to go in the Bundesliga season. Bayern have got their game in hand today. They will hopefully drop points and not go back to the top. But either way, it doesn't really change the equation that much. If we win both of our games, we will be champions. And what a game to have on the penultimate day. Dortmund versus Bayern Munich could be a decider. But I've got to be honest going into this episode, I have one really big fear, that we beat Bayern and then throw it away at Leverkusen. What we've done is come straight back after our weekend game against Paderborn, where we got away with resting people and a pretty average performance, but it was a comfortable win in the end. And we are going to see what Bayern do in the late game today. Played the 2 big Bundesliga matches to finish the season, including this ridiculous one against Bayern. And then we've got 2 weeks before the Champions League final, which could be a series finale next time out. If you're looking forward to all of it, then please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. But we've got a lot to get through today, so let's get straight to the action. We played against Paderborn this afternoon. We won by 4 goals to 1, thanks to a brace from Cardon, 1 from Mugnai, and 1 from the youngster Hans-Peter Suter. We also managed to bring on another youngster off the bench when we were 3-0 up with 25 to go. An injury for Kelvin Santos, not ideal, but overall it was a pretty good performance. So let's look at what's happening in a later game today, because Bayern Munich are playing our final day opponents. Now, they've got the advantage of playing them at home. Look at Canales compared to the rest of the league. Blimey, 38 goals to 17. But Bayern Munich have got a tough game tonight. We're going to see what result they get, and then we are going to get into the big 2 games. If Bayern drop points and then we can beat them, it does give us a much better chance into the final day. But either way, our destiny is in our hands. Will it get even better tonight? Well, let's go and find out, because we'll get through all of this stuff as Santos, the injury's not too bad actually. We'll let the assistant do the press conference for once, because we are getting home very quickly to watch Bayern Munich v Bayer Leverkusen. Here it is, it's 2nd v 7th, and most importantly for us tonight, it's not really about whether Bayern win or not, it's about the goal difference. If it's a narrow victory, it still gives us one hell of a chance. Let's go and get through it, see if Leverkusen can do us a big favour. Come on, Bayer Leverkusen, do us a favour, get your good performance out the way. Oh, that'll do! A late 1-1 draw for Bayer Leverkusen. Now that changes things drastically, because if we beat Bayern Munich now, we will be 2 points clear with a far superior goal difference, which will mean on the final day, we basically only need to draw away at Leverkusen. Now, we have dropped a few points and drawn a few away games this year, so that would make a big difference to us. What a result late on. Who is that hero? Sevci. Tell you what, he's a wonder kid from Germany. We might have to sign a lad in the summer and break all the head coach rules, because that lad deserves a payday for possibly winning us a title. I'm talking very confidently at the moment. We've got to win at home to Bayern Munich. That is not going to be an easy thing to do. We are now 1 point behind Bayern Munich with 2 games to go, and it's 2nd v 1st at home up next. Let's get ahead to that one. We'll be back in a minute for the lineups. Well, as we return for our fitness tests, we have unfortunately got a knock to Louis Canales the night before, but we're all right. We're in pretty good shape and he should be fit enough to play. If ever there's a time to gamble on someone who's 80% fit, it's a day like this. It is ultimately a Bundesliga decider. I would expect us to get a draw at Leverkusen if we can win this. If we'd had to win both, it'd be a very different story. But for now, it is Borussia Dortmund v Bayern Munich, and the equation is simple. Win, and you're probably going to get the Bundesliga title. Albeit, we saw in the real Bundesliga last season what can go wrong on that front. They've still got Endrick, who is their original superstar. They've got Hugo Esnolt, who we've managed before. And they've got stars like Pierre on their skipper, who are just brilliant young players. However, we've got a good team ourselves. We managed to rest most of our stars against Paderborn at the weekend. And we are in pretty good nick ahead of this one. Steinker is going to come in ahead of Aubert. I made sure the first teamers that were one yellow from a suspension did not go near the pitch at the weekend. Sniper will drop into the holding role, Brewerton number 10, and I've got a gamble on Canales. There is no point leaving him out today. We're going for 9 senior players on the bench. Forget all the young players who have come in and had an impact. This is a big game and it's for big name players. This is the 11 that could make history. Elijah Smith is the man in goal. Steinker and Van der Pluim the fullbacks with Merville and Alapo as centre half. Joaquin and Znaiba at the midfield too. Brewerton the man in the number 10. And then Koomson and Mulder of Canales up front, who hopefully will last for the 90 minutes. Lots of senior subs available if need be. But let's go straight into this. The Bundesliga title decider is Borussia Dortmund v Bayern. Well, here are the lineups for possibly the biggest league game we've played in this save. And Keeley, the man that Bayern signed from us on January deadline day, is on the bench, as is Musiala, the experienced Englishman. But looking at the rest of the team, well, there's not really many surprises, are there? They're both world-class 11s. They're going to come out and probably play for a point which should suit them. For us, it's about trying to get the win. I haven't checked who Bayern had on the last day, but I'm pretty sure it was an easier match. So for us, it's all about this one. There's 10 minutes gone. It's been quiet so far. But here come Bayern Munich with a throw on the left. Very attacking position. Lopez gets it back to the fullback. It's into Hendrick and Diallo. Oh, Elijah Smith, don't do that now. Awful animation, but he kept it out, which is all that matters. Mulder will bring it away. It would be a great counter to score from. Mulder down the left, inside to Znaiba. He's intercepted by Pierron. Cleared downfield, but Van der Pluim wins it. Brewerton brought down. Free kick. It's a good position as well. Can we take advantage of it? Probably not. With 10 minutes gone, it's still 0-0. We've had a very big scare on our goal though. Well, I've dropped a balance the last 5 minutes and it seems to have made a difference as we've stemmed the tide and now we're on the front foot with Canales to Merville. Back to Znaiba. Great ball, Canales. He's in one-on-one. Oh, if he's fully fit, does he score that? It was a touch that was a bit light. It kind of went behind him a little and he just didn't have the legs to get to it quickly. I'm sure he scores that at 100%. As Kazas throws in from the right, will it be costly? Because half an hour gone now, and Bayern are doing their job so far. As Heiner at the back into Lopez, they've beaten our pressing game there. Znaiba does really well though, and Brewerton works hard with him. Joaquin out to Koomson off the right. Back to Joaquin again. Has a little habit of getting caught in possession, but not this time, although now Steinker does. Right on cue. Why did I kibosh it as the commentator? Diallo nicks it, he goes for glory. Thankfully, it's just wide. It's not been a great dominant performance, but we're in the game. And if we can get to the hour mark and push on, who knows? Maybe we can nick it. Doesn't have to be pretty this match. As Brewerton gets it back to Joaquin. Here is Znaiba on halfway. Finds Van der Pluim and Brewerton. Mulder running inside. It's a brilliant run. He's through. Mulder. Oh, he's hit the post. Koomson puts the rebound in. I think he's onside. I think we're all right. Brilliant goal. Mulder with the run. It was a brilliant through ball from, I think, Znaiba or Brewerton. But Koomson's the man who will be given the glory. He taps into an empty goal from 2 yards. And at half-time, with one shot on target, we are 1-0 up. We're doing the FM into somebody else. Let's go and prove a point. Let's show that we're good enough here. We're kind of soaking up pressure and countering them a bit more now. And it does work better than trying to control the game against Bayern. You can see that they've not had great chances, but if you remember before earlier in the year, was it the League Cup? We were 1-0 up with 20 to go and lost 4-1. So don't want to get excited just yet as Pierron puts Miguel in. He's beaten the fullback. I need to make 2 more changes here. I'm going to put the fullbacks onto defensive duties because so far they've offered nothing going forward. And that one that we got caught there was inside the fullback who was caught a little bit too far up the pitch. So that's going to make a difference to our defensive line. We'll change later if we need to. We've got 20 to go. We're still at the moment 1-0 up. I'm a bit worried that in 4 days we've got to play Leverkusen and we're not looking that fit at the minute. Mulder has apparently had a poor game despite hitting the post to set up the goal. Olazola is a good sub. Cardon will, I think, come on. Or do I go Mugnai? No, we're going for the lightning quick striker. Mugnai through the middle. And then we'll leave the other 3 a few more minutes because at the moment we're 1-0 up and I don't want to change too much as Mulder finds Van der Pluim. The Dutch takeover, working down the left again. Mulder apparently rated poorly. It's been a bit harsh on him, that. As Znaiba goes back to Joaquin. Space to shoot. Oh, he's ballooned it over the bar. Not his natural habitat, I accept, but I would have expected better than that. We've got 10 minutes to go, and I might start to make these changes slowly now because Steinker at right back is struggling. Orbear is a bit better defensively. He'll come on. And then I'm going to take off Brewerton for Cardon. Bit of experience in there. 4 changes made. 7 minutes to go. We've got time that can be wasted now. But it is a Bayern Munich free kick, which Hendrick delivers to Ferreira. Heads over. You know what that means, don't you? We are going to go for time wasting all the time. Slow the pace down in possession. Still want to counter them. Still want to press forward when we get it. But I don't want to be too quick here. Those goal kicks, they can take 30 seconds. I don't mind. We've got 4 minutes to go. It's a Bayern throw by the corner. They're starting to push forward now. Cardon can't get there. It's into Miguel. Headed away. But Nkili, a former man, is there. Znaiba nicks it. Back to Nkili again. Just don't let it be him. Heiner. Back to halfway to Ferreira. But we've got everyone back now. Heiner again. I'd love to rob them of possession and counter. And we do. Joaquin finds Koomson. Support from Cardon. Mugnai's in the middle. Oh, why did you shoot so early? You had space to run into. You've got pace for days. And you also had the option out on the left. Oh, why did you do that? Why, oh, why did you do that? We've got 1 minute to go. We might as well make a change. I'm going to drop the defensive line a little bit now as well. I don't want to get caught upfield. What do we do? I genuinely don't know. I'm worried about every change here. I'm going to leave it. We'll make it in the 94th minute instead. We're into the 3rd minute of 4 added on. We're going to make the change at left back. Van der Pluim off for Scow. And it will be the final action of this match. Hopefully we hold on. It is an ugly 1-0 win. I don't know what I hit there, but apologies for the sounds. What a result. A really good result. And a decent performance as well. But this might be the moment. We might be winning our first title since the 5th or 6th season with Bromley. What a magnificent effort. What a moment for this football club. Now we have got to get a draw away at Bayer Leverkusen. Imagine if we threw it away from here. Back in a moment for the final day, as history and reaching excellence could both be achieved very shortly. Well, here we go. It is the final day in the Bundesliga and Canales is not quite fit. But again, do we gamble it on a day like this? I'm not sure. We only need a point, remember, because the Bundesliga looks like this. Bayern Munich, who had won 4 titles in a row prior to this season, have got 8th place Hertha Berlin at home. They need to win that match by 9 goals to stop us winning a title with a draw. So we're in the ascendancy on that front. We've also scored more goals this season, which puts us in great shape. So hopefully it will be job done tonight. I mean, you've got to give it up for Bayern Munich. They have dropped, potentially at the end of this game, only 13 points all season, and it's going to cost them the title. We have had to be exceptional to be in pole position here, but exceptional we have been. We've got to do it once more. We go away to 6th place Leverkusen. They can still finish in the top 4 or down in 7th place, so they've got a lot to play for. They had a thrilling 4-3 win in midweek, a late equaliser against Bayern last weekend. It ain't over till it's over, this one. Let's go and get through the tactical meeting, see who's fit for this game. Are there any names we recognise? We know about Sevgi from last week. Brilliant wonder kid there. Not many other names that I know too well. So let's go and see who's fit and get our 11 pick for today, because Canales is the only one who, despite all of them having a heavy match load, is not quite in peak condition. We've also got Orbear suspended after he reached his yellow card limit, but Santos is back from his injury last week and can take his place in the squad. We're going for the same 11 that started against Bayern Munich. We've got to get a point away at Leverkusen. We're not going to go too aggressive. We'll try and get an early goal, and then we'll soak it up, as we did in our last game. A Bundesliga title is just 90 minutes away, a first league title for us since English non-league, and a first title for Dortmund for 5 seasons. Let's go and see if we can do it. Into the big game we go. Well, here's a twist I didn't expect and maybe didn't pay attention to earlier in the episode. It is Cesc Fabregas in charge of Leverkusen. 4 changes for them today. They've made a few adjustments from midweek, but they've still got that wonder kid on the left-hand side. He's already cost Bayern Munich a win. Is he going to do the same to us? As long as we get that point, I don't mind. Let's keep an eye nervously on the Bayern score. They'll be going for the 9-0, won't they? As I record this yesterday in real life, they won a friendly 27-0. No repeats of that, please. Let's go and get into the first half. We'll keep it as is for now. And hopefully we'll be celebrating the lifting of a title in about 90 minutes time, as we are going straight from kickoff as Puka plays it into McCrory. Oh my god, it's a disaster. Sevci straight into Zoka. Oh, we've conceded in 14 seconds. You bunch of bottle jobs. That is pathetic. From the kickoff, 14 seconds in. Oh, you've got no spine. An experienced team of absolute bottle jobs. Now we've got to keep an eye on the Bayern score. I'm going to give him a right kick up the backside for that. Can we get a favour from Hertha Berlin? Because at the moment, we are not doing anything to help ourselves. It's all Leverkusen. I don't understand it. Joaquin gets the ball, but then he loses it straight away. Back to Wassinger. They're all over us. Down the left they come again. McCrory in. Wassinger down the left. The Zentas gets it. Chance to cross. They're all over us again. McCrory, we can't get near them. To the back post of Van der Plume. Oh, you can see a bunch of nerves out there. Mulder brings it away. We need to nick an ugly one on the counter. Van der Plume into Znaiber. Has been the star since moving to this holding role. Finds Brewerton, who's allowed that to happen. Up to Canales. Support on the right from Koomson. Oh, the ball through is poor. Trying to find the Hollywood ball instead of just playing it simple. Brewerton to Canales. Out to Mulder. Chance again to cross. There's 5 in there. Back to Znaiber. I told you he's been the star. Since he's gone back to that holding role, Znaiber has been one of the best footballers in the world. And what a performance, what a moment to turn up. He started the move back in his own half, and now he's got us back on terms. Bayern are still 0-0, so it might not have mattered, but you'd bank on them to win. And for us, we need to get this point, as Puka puts the corner in. Joaquin heads away. Koomson can counter now. We've dropped to balanced again, as we did against Bayern, just to stem the tide, really. Though Joaquin, what did I say last game? He has got a nasty habit of giving the ball away. A Zoka, that's a stunning save. Fair play, Elijah Smith. I do not know how you've kept that out. But the fact is, he has, and it remains 1-1. Can we please stop passing them the ball? Elijah Smith then comes and claims the corner. He's turning into the second hero of the day. He's actually outrating Znaiber at the moment. That's how many saves he's had to make. As Wirtz on the right, it's all Leverkusen in attacks. But Canales has nicked it. Our centre forward is on his own goal line. That tells you everything. Mulder on the left to Brewerton. Why? Look forward. Stop being so timid on the big occasion. Even when we've won games this year, it's happened. As Znaiber nicks in again and Van der Plume goes back to Smith. Looks like we've only got 2 players that aren't shrinking violets, and Znaiber here is one of them. Gives the ball to Joaquin, which was a mistake. You know he's going to lose it. Znaiber again recovers the possession. Van der Plume to Mulder, back to Znaiber. Can we find that forward ball? Van der Plume just hoofs it and it finds Canales. He's 1-on-1. Oh, he's put it wide. He may have scored double anyone else this year, but seriously, the last 2 or 3 months, his finishing is nowhere near. A Steinker. What are you doing? What is wrong with Steinker? He's getting the ball and just running into people every single time. He's never done that before. Oh, I'm tearing my hair out today. Bayer Leverkusen have pasted us here, but at half-time, we are 1-1 and Bayern are 0-0, and at the moment, we've got double security for a title. Maybe the lads are reflecting my nerves, because I think you can tell they're there. We have not won a league title for a long time, and I could really do with an easy day. A Steinker on the right, running backwards 50 yards. What are you doing? Finds Znaiber, gives it to him in the middle of nowhere. And he's lost the ball. And now Zoka can counter. It's over the top towards Sevci. Can Steinker get to him? Probably not. It's a great ball in. It's another good save, Elijah Smith. I mean, I don't know whether to push on and try and be more aggressive. It feels like the wrong thing to do. But I don't know another alternative at the minute. As a Narpo heads the ball away. Znaiber can't get there. As Zoka releases Wirtz. Might have to look at this tactically in a minute. As the Zentas gets in to McCrory, it's another Smith save. We'll see out the corner, and then we've got decisions to make. I'm probably going to have to do Canales as well, because he's just not fit. As Puka puts the corner in, Smith again. What a performance, my man. He did it for us with England in the Euros, and he's doing it here again. What we need to do is work out what Leverkusen are doing. Right, they've got 2 wingers high up the pitch, so I'm going to put the fullbacks on defensive duties, as we did against Bayern. I'm going to drop the defensive line because they've got all pace in behind. If you look at Zoka, He is electric quick. We know that Sevgi is as well. So we're going to do what we did. We did this against Bournemouth, I think, in the first leg, where we just dropped against a team that were trying to counter us. And it allowed us to do that in reverse. We're going to leave that for now because it's too early to time waste. But I think that's what we're going to go for. Bit more of a relaxed approach with the defence and then let the 4 go forward as Steinke throws into Koomson with half an hour remaining. Oh, he's lost it again. Oh, what a day for Albert to be suspended because Steinke's doing my head in. And he's been beaten so easily as well. He's not even chasing back now. Pathetic, man, honestly. I might bring Scow on at right back. Koomson nicks it. Chance to bring it away. Can we nick the goal? It will settle my nerves massively. Great through ball, just over hit. Mulder couldn't quite get there. Now we've got to deal with the long kick. Of course, they're aiming for Steinke because they know he won't win it. And it's over the top. He's lost his man. He's all at sea. And Elijah Smith has saved the day again. As soon as we get a break in the highlight, Steinke and Joaquin are coming off because those two, they're such a liability on the ball. And mentality-wise today, Steinke's all over the place. Canales, we've got to make a decision on too. But let's just survive this first. Van der Plume heads away. We get away with it. Now let's go and make 3 changes. Steinke is going to be replaced and we've got 2 options. We can go Geiter at centre-half and move Merville to right back. Or we can trust the youngster, Hakuraj, who is an okay defender, is good in the air. Maybe does the job, but he's so aggressive. Will he get sent off? We're going to have to gamble it because we've got no other option. Joaquin will be replaced by Scow, who, can he play right back actually? Not really, he's 2-footed, but I don't know if I'd be confident enough in that. Maybe it's worth a go because Santos is fit, he can come in that ball winning role. I'm going to do that. Hakuraj is not coming on. Let's go for what we trust. We know these players can do it. Santos in midfield, Scow out to right back, and up front, Canales off, Mugnai on. We've got 25 minutes to see this out. Fingers crossed we can win it. Bayern are still 0-0. After all of this, we're in this game, all the drama, all the excitement, Bayern haven't actually scored yet. As Brewerton chases a ball that's been headed away. Keeps it on the left-hand side to Van der Plume. He is much more assured on the ball as Znaiber finds Santos. And Znaiber again has produced that key moment yet again when it matters, but we need him fit for the Champions League final. And at the moment, we're running him into the ground as he finds Mulder. Cuts inside, he's got support, but gives the ball away. We've been so poor in possession, and that's the thing on these big occasions. And when you can tell the nerves are in the team, because they just give the ball away constantly. As Scal finds Santos, we have brought on 2 players who are better in possession, but the mentality is going to be crucial as Znaiber finds Brewerton up to Mugnai. Great curling effort that. And it's behind for a corner kick. But again, lovely football through the middle this time. We're starting to come into this game a bit. Koomson struggling on the right. But if I bring him off, I have to go for Mugnai out wide. Then what do I do up front? We're really running out of options here because Gruznov is out as well. As Znaiber chips over, that's a brilliant ball. Koomson keeps it in. Can't quite make enough of it though. He stretched to keep it in and allowed the defender to clear. But great from Znaiber. He's unlocking a door. He's been brilliant. We've got a free kick for Bayer Leverkusen though. Oh, it's the horrible angle. It's the angle that the wall doesn't cover. Oh, it's a great save. Smith rebounds in though. It's Sevgi. The man who broke the hearts of Bayern has done it here. And it's the same old thing. That free kick with the wall just doesn't cover. Oh, it's annoying. Let's see out this highlight and then we'll go for it. As Sevgi is going to be replaced. No, he's not. Long ball forward. Soccer gets in. It could open up here. We're going to have to chase it at some point. Although at the moment, we are winning the league. As Sevgi shot is blocked. Van der Plume clears. Mulder will get it away. Now Brewerton. Support on the right. Mugnai gets it short. Good footwork. Gets it into Znaiber and he's robbed. He's got it under pressure, but he's not dealt with it well. He's starting to look tired here. As Zocker's in. Elijah Smith, take a bow. Whether we win, lose or draw, you have been brilliant. I think I just saw Bayern are behind. I think I just saw that right. Let's see out this highlight, but we might have just had a reprieve. Carreno gets in. We're both bottling it at the minute. Puka picks the ball up. Great cross. Up they go. Elijah Smith again. He does not deserve to lose this game. It is one of the best goalkeeping performances I have ever seen. Who can finish out of the subs here? Because I've got Olaizola. He's going to go through the middle, I think. We're going to have to go for something. Cardon is going to replace Brewerton. He's experienced, he's motivated, he's got the lot. And then we're going to go for Olaizola on, Mulder up front, and then we're going to go for Olaizola and Mugnai as two fresh wingers who have got bundles of pace. A new front three who can hopefully do it. Let's see if we can get an equaliser. And let's also check that Bayern score. They are 1-0 down. Bayern Munich are doing us a massive favour. Right at the end, in a season they've barely dropped a point, they have gifted us the title. We're losing away at Bayer Leverkusen, and I could not care less anymore. Borussia Dortmund end the wait for a Bundesliga title. It was not the convincing way I hoped to do it on the final day of the season, but nonetheless, it is the perfect warm-up for a Champions League final. It will be the champions of Italy v the champions of Germany, because Borussia Dortmund on the final day, despite just their second defeat of the season, will lift the Bundesliga title, the first in 5 years, the first for me since Bromley. What a moment. The Champions League final could be the crowning moment in this save. But for now, we've got a league title, and if nothing else, I'm a very happy man. It was a stressful day. It was far more stressful than I needed it to be. But despite defeat, we've done the job. Now we've got 2 weeks to rest up for an even bigger one. Well, here we go, and we're receiving 110 million. That's more than the Premier League. What's going on there? We win the Bundesliga, the club vision progress is brilliant, and everything else is very happy in spite of defeat. It wasn't bad after the changes, but the first half we were awful. But now we've got to recover, because 2 weeks today, it is Inter Milan in a Champions League final. They have romped to the Serie A title. They are 8 points clear with a few games to go. But look at the positives at the moment. They've had fixture congestion because they're flying in the Italian Cup as well. They've already won that. They're on for the big treble. But they have got 3 games in the next 2 weeks, and we have got a chance to rest up and get fit. Of course, it's also a chance for training injuries. And did I see that right? Yep. Diego Simeone. I think we know what style of football we're going to get. A sucker punch, a frustrating day at the office. Yeah, I think we can prepare ourselves for that, can't we? We will be back to face Inter Milan in a Champions League final in 2 days' time. If you're looking forward to it and you enjoyed this one, a stressful day nonetheless, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. How many injuries are we going to get before the final, or will we finally get to play our strongest team? If you want to find out and stay up to date and see if we do have the grandest finale to this series possible, then please do subscribe and turn that notification bell on. There's links to Twitch in the eye above, where we'll be streaming F1 Manager once it's released tomorrow. Loads of morning streams to come from that. The new football season is upon us, and the podcast prediction show start tomorrow. Come and get involved with those and follow us over there if you haven't already. And we're also back with the Build a Nation tomorrow too. And there's no small games left in that one, as we really look to push on. So loads to come. I'm so excited at the minute. I didn't look it for most of this episode, but the stress is gone for 2 days at least until we play the Champions League final.